Global trade is the exchange of goods and services across international borders. It's a complex system involving businesses, governments, and consumers. This system is crucial for economic growth and development. It allows countries to specialize in what they're best at and access a wider variety of products. The image shows a bustling harbor with a container ship being loaded against the backdrop of a city skyline and a colorful sunset. This visually represents the global scale and activity of international trade. International trade is a key driver of economic growth and prosperity, connecting markets and expanding opportunities for businesses and consumers. Global commerce facilitates the exchange of ideas, values, and customs, promoting cultural understanding and appreciation between countries and communities. International trade enables businesses to access specialized resources, labor, and markets, leading to increased efficiency and productivity through global supply chains. Trade creates new employment opportunities and promotes innovation by introducing new products, technologies, and business models to the global marketplace. This map depicts the major historical trade routes that connected civilizations across the world, including the famous Silk Road and various maritime trade routes. These ancient trade networks facilitated the exchange of not just goods, but also ideas, technologies, and cultural elements, fostering cross-cultural exchange and the spread of knowledge. The development of these vast trade networks was a key driver of globalization in the ancient and medieval eras, laying the foundations for the interconnected world we live in today. Understanding the history of these trade routes provides important context for how global trade and economic integration have evolved over time. Globalization has been driven by several key factors. Technological advancements like the internet, faster transportation, and improved communication have facilitated global trade and cultural exchange, allowing businesses to reach a wider market. Reduced trade barriers through agreements like NAFTA and the WTO have lowered tariffs and regulations, increasing global trade flows and market access. Economic liberalization, with countries adopting free market principles and reducing government intervention, has led to greater foreign investment and increased international trade. The growth of multinational corporations operating across borders has contributed significantly to global trade and interdependence as they leverage economies of scale and global resources. A global trade is a dynamic and constantly evolving landscape, driven by various factors such as technological advancements, shifting consumer preferences, and geopolitical changes. One of the key trends we're seeing is the rise of e-commerce and digital marketplaces, which are transforming the way goods and services are bought and sold around the world. Another important trend is the increasing emphasis on sustainable practices as consumers and businesses alike become more conscious of the environmental impact of global trade. Additionally, the growing influence of emerging economies is reshaping the global trade landscape, presenting both challenges and opportunities for businesses and policymakers. As we dive into this presentation, we'll explore these emerging trends in more detail and discuss the implications for companies and countries navigating the complex world of global trade. Multinational corporations, MNCs, operate globally, facilitating international trade and commerce. MNCs source materials and manufacture goods in different countries, impacting global supply chains. MNCs introduce new products and services to diverse markets, promoting cultural exchange and understanding. MNCs contribute to economic development by creating jobs and investing in infrastructure in developing countries. Developing economies are increasingly participating in global trade, which has significant implications for their growth and development. Access to international markets allows these nations to export goods and services, generating foreign currency and fostering economic diversification. Global trade also provides opportunities for developing economies to import essential goods and technologies, enhancing productivity and improving living standards. Exporting creates opportunities for growth, while importing essential goods and technologies boosts productivity and living standards. Global trade also leads to investment and job creation in these developing economies. Trade agreements are formal arrangements between countries to regulate trade and promote economic collaboration. They can reduce tariffs, eliminate barriers, and create free trade zones to facilitate international commerce. Tariffs are taxes imposed on imported goods. They can protect domestic industries, raise government revenue, or discourage imports. There are different types of tariffs, including fixed, ad valorem, and specific tariffs, each with their own characteristics. Trade agreements and tariffs are important policy tools that governments use to manage international trade and economic relationships. Technology has transformed global trade, making it faster, more efficient, and accessible to businesses and consumers around the world. E-commerce platforms and online marketplaces have opened up new international markets, allowing companies to reach customers globally. Communication tools and data analytics have facilitated cross-border transactions and improved supply chain management. Advancements in logistics, transportation, and containerization have streamlined global trade processes, reducing costs and increasing efficiency. Digitalization and automation are revolutionizing manufacturing, warehousing, and logistics, boosting productivity and cutting operational expenses. The visual on this slide depicts a digital map of the globe with trade routes highlighted, showcasing the interconnected nature of the modern global economy. Global supply chains involve many parties across international borders, making them complex to manage. The key stages of supply chain management are planning, sourcing, production, distribution, and customer service. Planning involves forecasting demand and coordinating resources to meet that demand. Sourcing is about selecting suppliers and managing the materials needed for production. Production is the manufacturing or assembly of products. Distribution is transporting the finished goods to customers. Customer service addresses customer needs and handles product returns. Effective supply chain management is crucial for efficient operations and customer satisfaction. Companies face challenges like managing risks, adapting to market changes, and ensuring sustainability. Sea, air, and rail are the main modes of transportation used for global shipping, each with their own advantages and disadvantages that need to be considered. Exporting and importing goods internationally requires extensive documentation like invoices, bills of lading, and certificates to ensure proper customs clearance. Freight forwarders are specialized companies that coordinate and manage the complex logistics of international shipping on behalf of their clients. Protecting goods during transit with proper insurance coverage is crucial, as delays, damage, or loss can lead to significant financial consequences. Trade barriers like tariffs, duties, and non-tariff barriers can have significant implications for businesses and consumers. Tariffs increase the cost of imported goods, making them less competitive in the market. Duties are taxes levied on imported goods, also impacting their affordability. And non-tariff barriers, such as quotas, subsidies, and regulations, can restrict trade and create unfair advantages for domestic producers. Multilateral trade agreements, like the WTO, aim to reduce these barriers and promote free trade between countries. However, geopolitical factors, such as political tensions and conflicts, can also impact trade flows and lead to sanctions and embargoes. It's important to understand the various types of trade barriers and their potential effects on businesses and consumers. E-commerce has revolutionized global trade, connecting businesses and consumers across borders. Online marketplaces, platforms, and digital payment methods have fueled this growth. E-commerce facilitates cross-border transactions, enabling businesses to expand their reach to new markets. Consumers can now access products from around the world. This slide provides an overview of how e-commerce has transformed global trade and commerce. Global trade has a significant environmental impact, but there are sustainable practices businesses can adopt to minimize this. Eco-friendly shipping methods like using renewable energy and reducing emissions can lower the carbon footprint of shipping. Responsible sourcing, ensuring fair labor practices and minimal environmental damage, is crucial for ethical and sustainable global trade. Embracing circular economy principles, where resources are reused and recycled, reduces waste in global supply chains. Carbon offsetting allows businesses to invest in projects that reduce or remove emissions, helping to mitigate their carbon footprint. Intellectual property, IP, rights are essential for protecting inventions, designs, and creative works, incentivizing innovation by granting exclusive rights to creators and inventors. A global trade depends heavily on the exchange of goods and services, often involving patented technologies, copyrighted designs, and trademarked brands, meaning IP rights play a crucial role in securing the value of these exchanges. Enforcing IP rights across international borders can be challenging due to differences in legal systems and enforcement mechanisms, with countries having varying levels of protection and enforcement, leading to potential disputes. Global trade agreements, such as the Tariffs Agreement, strive to harmonize IP protection standards among member countries, creating a more predictable and secure environment for international commerce. Political stability in trading partner countries is crucial for businesses. Unstable political landscapes can create uncertainty and disrupt trade. International trade agreements, such as the World Trade Organization, WTO, shape global trade patterns and influence market access for businesses. Geopolitical tensions between nations, such as trade wars or sanctions, can create barriers to trade and impact global supply chains. Government regulations and policies, such as tariffs or quotas, impact the flow of goods and services across borders. The relationship between countries, including alliances and conflicts, play a role in shaping global trade dynamics. Emerging markets are characterized by rapid economic growth, rising incomes, and increasing consumer demand. These markets present significant opportunities for global businesses looking to expand and tap into new markets. Emerging markets offer attractive opportunities in sectors like consumer goods, technology, and infrastructure development. Increased access to technology, rising urbanization, and growing middle classes are driving the expansion of these markets. By 2030, emerging markets will have a larger middle class than developed countries. The combined GDP of emerging markets is expected to reach $25 trillion by 2025. Emerging markets are projected to grow at an average rate of 5% annually. The COVID-19 pandemic has had a significant impact on global trade, disrupting supply chains and causing declines in trade volumes. Lockdowns and border closures led to delays in production and shipping as businesses struggled to maintain their global supply chains. The drop in consumer demand during the pandemic resulted in a plunge in global trade, leading to substantial economic losses for many businesses. However, this disruption has prompted companies to reevaluate their supply chains, leading to a shift toward more regionalized and diversified sourcing. Some countries have also implemented trade restrictions, prioritizing domestic production and reducing reliance on imports, which could potentially hinder future global trade growth. Language differences can lead to misunderstandings, so hiring qualified translators and interpreters is valuable to ensure clear communication. Different cultures have unique customs and etiquette. Understanding these norms and adapting your behavior accordingly can go a long way in building positive relationships with international partners. Communication styles vary. Some cultures prefer direct communication, while others are more indirect. Being able to adapt your style to match the preferences of your audience is crucial for effective interactions. Business practices like negotiation tactics, decision-making processes, and time management can differ significantly across cultures. Being aware of these differences and adjusting your approach accordingly is important for successful global trade. The future of global trade agreements is a crucial topic as they shape the landscape of international commerce. Trade agreements are evolving to address new challenges and opportunities, such as sustainability, digital trade, dispute resolution, and regional integration. Integrating environmental and social standards into trade deals is becoming increasingly important to promote a more sustainable global economy. Digital trade and e-commerce issues like data flows, privacy, and online transactions need to be addressed in modern trade agreements. Strengthening dispute resolution mechanisms is key to ensuring effective enforcement and resolution of trade disputes between countries. Expanding regional economic cooperation and trade blocs can help promote more inclusive and equitable global trade. Overall, these changes to trade agreements aim to foster a more sustainable, digital, and integrated global trading system. A global trade contributes significantly to climate change through greenhouse gas emissions, particularly from shipping and air transportation. The production and transportation of goods worldwide demands large amounts of raw materials like wood, minerals, and fossil fuels, leading to resource depletion. A global trade generates substantial pollution from manufacturing, transportation, and packaging, as well as vast amounts of waste, including plastic and electronic waste. Trade in exotic species and deforestation for agricultural land can disrupt ecosystems and threaten biodiversity, while the introduction of invasive species can damage natural habitats. Governments have a significant influence on global trade through various policies and initiatives. Trade policies like tariffs and quotas are used to regulate imports and exports, aiming to protect domestic industries and promote economic growth. International trade agreements negotiated by governments define trade rules, reduce barriers, and promote free trade. These agreements play a vital role in shaping global trade patterns. Governments invest in transportation infrastructure like ports and airports to facilitate international trade and reduce costs. Governments also play a key role in resolving trade disputes between countries, ensuring fair trade practices and a stable global trading environment. Global trade brings many economic benefits, but also raises important ethical considerations that must be addressed. Fair labor practices are crucial. We must ensure safe working conditions, fair wages, and prevent child labor exploitation. Environmental sustainability is key. We need to minimize carbon footprint, promote responsible sourcing, and reduce waste. Protecting consumer rights is essential, ensuring product safety, transparent labeling, and safeguarding consumer interests. Cultural sensitivity is vital. Respecting local customs, traditions, and values fosters a harmonious global trade environment. Addressing these ethical issues is not just the right thing to do, but also critical for the long-term success and sustainability of global trade. The role of international organizations in global trade is crucial, as they establish rules and regulations to promote free and fair trade between countries. These organizations, like the World Trade Organization, WTO, provide a platform for resolving trade disputes between member countries, ensuring a stable global trading environment. Organizations such as the World Bank also play a key role in promoting economic development and trade opportunities by providing financial assistance and technical support to developing countries. Additionally, international organizations actively advocate for fair trade practices, championing labor rights, environmental protection, and ethical business conduct. Overall, these organizations play a vital part in facilitating trade, resolving disputes, and fostering economic growth and development on a global scale. Conducting thorough market research is vital to identify potential global markets and understand the competitive landscape. Collaborating with local partners, distributors, and logistics providers can help navigate the complexities of international trade. Attending trade shows and missions provides opportunities to connect with potential buyers, suppliers, and government representatives. Utilizing online platforms and digital marketing strategies can help reach international customers and build brand awareness for your small business. Global trade has a profound impact on labor markets around the world, creating new job opportunities and shifting existing ones. The expansion of global trade has led to a rise in demand for skilled labor in certain sectors, while displacing workers in others. This has created both opportunities and challenges for workers worldwide. Over 20 million workers are directly employed in export-oriented industries globally. Global trade accounts for over 10% of global GDP, contributing to economic growth and employment. Global trade in goods and services is worth over $1.5 trillion. Global trade has been profoundly shaped by technological innovations in recent years. Digital platforms, logistics, and supply chain management have all seen major advancements. These innovations have improved efficiency, transparency, and connectivity across global commerce. The result is a more streamlined, responsive, and interconnected global trade landscape. This slide provides an overview of how technology is transforming the world of international trade. Global supply chain disruptions can pose significant challenges for businesses. These disruptions can manifest in various ways, including production delays. Disruptions can cause delays in manufacturing, leading to reduced production and unmet orders. Disrupted logistics. Interruptions in transportation networks, including shipping and air freight, can lead to delays and inefficiencies. Increased costs. Disruptions can lead to increased costs for raw materials, transportation, and labor, impacting profitability. Inventory shortages. Disruptions can cause shortages of essential components and finished goods, leading to stockouts and unmet customer demand. Businesses need to be prepared to navigate these challenges and implement strategies to mitigate the impact of supply chain disruptions. Geopolitical shifts are reshaping global trade patterns, with emerging economies and new trade agreements leading to more diverse trade networks that move away from traditional blocs. Countries are collaborating to build strategic alliances and negotiate favorable trade agreements, fostering economic growth and creating a more balanced global trade landscape. Multilateral agreements allow countries to work together to create new trade alliances, reducing dependence on specific partners and promoting a more equitable distribution of benefits. These trends are transforming the global trade ecosystem, presenting both challenges and opportunities for businesses and policymakers to navigate. Global trade is increasingly driven by data and analytics. Data provides critical insights into market trends, consumer behavior, competition, and supply chain performance. Leveraging data allows businesses to make more informed decisions and optimize their global operations. Key benefits of data and analytics include identifying growth opportunities, personalizing marketing and sales, and optimizing logistics to reduce costs. Data analytics gives businesses a competitive advantage by helping them navigate complex trade landscapes and stay ahead of the curve. The insights derived from data are essential for success in today's global marketplace. The future of global trade is being shaped by several key factors: technological advancements, evolving geopolitical landscapes, and sustainability concerns. Emerging technologies like AI, blockchain, and 3D printing are expected to revolutionize supply chains, making trade flows faster and more efficient. These technologies will enable greater transparency, traceability, and optimization across global supply chains. This digital transformation will create new opportunities for businesses to expand their reach and participate in international trade.